I'm diving into the minds of billionaires to uncover their vital business secrets. Can I digest all that knowledge and share it with you? Want to know the secrets to success from the world's most successful billionaires? You'll get access to vital business secrets from the masters themselves. From entrepreneurship and investing to marketing and leadership, this video reveals the most valuable insights from the world's top billionaires. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or a seasoned business owner, these secrets will give you the edge you need to take your business to the next level. So, what are you waiting for? Watch now and start building your path to success. The path to billionaire success isn't paved with traditional steps but rather with carefully crafted strategies that turn risks into calculated moves and ideas into empires. Every decision becomes a step closer to unstoppable momentum, and it all starts with mastering your mindset. Redefine failure as opportunity. Failure isn't the end, it's fuel. Imagine a startup that, against all odds, bet on a bold idea only to lose millions. Yet instead of closing up, they saw failure as valuable data, dissecting every misstep to understand what went wrong. Their losses became a roadmap of insights, pointing out the smallest flaws and unforeseen market forces that had tripped them up. Rather than giving up, they adapted, shifting gears, fine-tuning their approach, and betting on an improved model. That same startup turned around and became a multi-million-dollar business. The lesson: treat every failure as feedback, a step closer to refining your strategy. Begin by analyzing each mistake, identifying the elements you control, and deciding on 3 small actions you can implement to adapt. The more you build resilience into your approach, the more each setback strengthens your future steps. Master the art of strategic networking. Successful people know that who you know can make all the difference. They aren't just making contacts, they're building alliances with purpose. Imagine you're at a crowded industry event, and instead of floating aimlessly from one handshake to another, you're looking for specific people: a key investor, a market insider, a potential partner. Billionaires often enter every event with a strategy, knowing who they want to meet and how they plan to connect meaningfully. The process begins before you walk into the room. Research those attending. Identify mutual interests, recent projects, or common connections. Your goal is to make every connection meaningful by offering something of value, whether it's information, an insight, or a willingness to help. When you approach each relationship as a two-way exchange, it grows into a powerful resource. Over time, this network becomes a foundation, and each connection opens doors to more opportunities. Obsess over customer experience. A truly powerful business isn't built on just products or prices, it's built on how people feel when they interact with it. Think of billion-dollar brands that customers rave about. They're not just buying a product but an experience. A seamless, enjoyable, and memorable experience becomes a reason for loyalty. Start by mapping out your customer journey from beginning to end. What's the first impression? How do they feel at each touchpoint? The details matter, from a quick website response time to personalizing follow-ups. Gather feedback constantly. Customers often hint at areas for improvement without realizing it. Listen closely, then make adjustments. Each improvement adds up, creating a brand people trust, recommend, and return to. Prioritize deep focus. The power of focus can't be overstated. While others multitask and chase every idea, billionaires know that committing to one task at a time drives impact. A high performer isn't someone who's busy with many things but someone who dedicates intense focus to the critical tasks. Start by identifying the most impactful task for the day, the one that moves the needle. Block out time for it without distractions. Turn off notifications, shut out interruptions, and dive deep. By committing to intense focus on core tasks, you maximize productivity and achieve more meaningful results. Build this habit, and over time, the compounding effect transforms your work. Think long-term, act short-term. Billionaires play the long game, but they take action today. They're constantly thinking years ahead, but they don't wait to act. Each step today is part of the bigger picture. Define a long-term vision, then break it down into short-term actions. Every small task today should be aligned with the end goal. Treat each decision as a stepping stone toward your vision. Embrace a mindset of consistency. Small efforts daily build up to massive outcomes over time. Embrace relentless iteration instead of striving for perfection before launching. Successful entrepreneurs focus on constant improvement. They launch early, collect data, and adapt rapidly. Imagine a founder who develops an app. Rather than spending months perfecting every feature, they release a basic version to gauge feedback. Real-world usage uncovers unforeseen needs and flaws, insights they could never have predicted in isolation. Each iteration brings the product closer to what the market truly wants. To apply this, adopt a launch and learn mentality. Start by identifying the core of your idea and focus on developing just that. Release it to a test group, gather responses, and look for recurring themes in feedback. Prioritize adjustments based on impact and speed, not on achieving flawless detail. Embrace the idea that every version is a prototype, and each iteration sharpens your product's value in the real world. Over time, this cycle of improvement builds a product that's optimized for market needs and poised for success. If you're finding these billionaire strategies valuable, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Create self-sustaining systems. Billionaires don't just build businesses, they create systems that work independently of their constant involvement. Systems free them to focus on growth instead of getting bogged down in daily operations. Consider a business leader who, early on, establishes clear workflows, automation, and well-defined roles. Rather than solving every problem themselves, they delegate and empower teams to manage processes. To replicate this, begin by analyzing tasks that consume your time and consider how they could run autonomously. Break each task into steps and explore tools for automation. Invest time in training a capable team, clearly defining each role and responsibility. Document processes, so others can seamlessly take over. The goal is to have a self-sustaining system where teams can function independently, freeing you to focus on larger strategies and innovations. Cultivate an extreme ownership mindset. Many successful entrepreneurs take full accountability for every aspect of their business, even areas outside their control. When results don't meet expectations, they don't place blame, they seek where they can take responsibility. Imagine a leader who, faced with an economic downturn, could easily blame the market. Instead, they evaluate their business model, customer acquisition, and cost-cutting strategies, making adjustments to stay resilient. To adopt this mindset, start by reframing challenges as opportunities for personal accountability. When facing setbacks, ask yourself, what actions can I take to adapt? Which areas can I improve? Focus on proactive steps rather than reactive excuses. Over time, this extreme ownership builds a resilient mindset, one that thrives in adversity and becomes the cornerstone of growth. Leverage predictive data for decision-making. Billionaires often rely on data not just to understand the present but to anticipate the future. They seek patterns in consumer behavior, industry trends, and even social shifts to predict what's coming next. Picture a founder of a successful streaming service who analyzes data on user habits to launch a new feature just before a surge in demand. This proactive approach gives them a competitive edge. To bring this to your business, start by gathering data from every possible source: sales, customer feedback, industry news, and even competitor behavior. Use analytic tools to identify trends and outliers. Develop hypotheses about where your industry might be headed and make small, data-driven adjustments in preparation. Predictive analysis positions you ahead of the curve, able to meet market demands before they peak. Cultivate selective ignorance. The most successful people know that trying to know everything can dilute their focus. They choose selective ignorance, focusing only on the knowledge that aligns with their vision and ignoring distractions. A well-known billionaire may refuse to get involved in every emerging technology, sticking instead to what they do best. To practice this, identify areas of knowledge essential to your business and allocate time only to mastering these. Choose to ignore trends and insights that don't directly impact your strategy or growth. This selectiveness builds expertise, allowing you to make more informed decisions without getting bogged down by information overload. By staying focused on key priorities, you create an edge in a world flooded with noise. Create strategic scarcity. Billionaires understand that scarcity often drives demand. Instead of making products endlessly available, they create an element of exclusivity that attracts and retains loyal customers. Imagine a high-end fashion brand that releases limited edition items, knowing that scarcity will fuel demand and elevate the product's perceived value. To apply this, look at your offerings and consider how you might make some of them exclusive or time-limited. Could you release a special edition product? Offer a premium service package with limited availability. By creating scarcity, you increase urgency and exclusivity, drawing in customers who value having something not everyone can get. This strategy not only elevates perceived value but also builds a community of loyal, eager customers. Make every dollar an investment. Billionaires treat every dollar as a tool for growth, viewing spending as an investment with potential returns. They don't focus solely on cost but on value and ROI. For instance, a billionaire might invest heavily in technology that automates routine tasks, freeing up time to pursue higher value activities, knowing that every penny spent is a step towards scalability. To implement this, start by analyzing your expenses with an investment mindset. Ask yourself if each expense brings value or advances your goals. Prioritize spending on tools, services, or hires that enable growth or reduce workload. Track ROI and continually reevaluate where funds go to ensure every dollar works to generate more, not just deplete resources. Embrace calculated contrarianism. Being a contrarian doesn't mean opposing the mainstream for the sake of it, it's about questioning assumptions and finding opportunities where others overlook them. Billionaires who succeed often see potential in the overlooked or undervalued. Think of an entrepreneur who invests in an unfashionable sector just before it experiences a revival, capitalizing on an opportunity others dismissed. To use this, start by questioning common wisdom. If everyone's moving in one direction, analyze what's being neglected. Look for gaps in the market where demand is stable but competition is low. Approach these areas with the discipline to calculate risks carefully, ensuring you're taking informed contrarian positions. This practice helps uncover opportunities hidden in plain sight, positioning you as a pioneer rather than a follower. If you're ready to dive even deeper into powerful business strategies, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future insights. And while you're here, check out this next video, it's packed with more tips to elevate your success.